Welcome back to Special Report. Florida and Texas are both engaged in massive recovery efforts from Hurricanes Irma and Harvey. And as we talked about, they're looking to the oceans to see if another one is on the way. Here's what the Small Business Administration is doing to help. SBA Administrator Linda McMahon joins us now to talk about that. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Brett.
So this has been tough on some small businesses, especially in Texas, in Florida. Tell me about the efforts to kind of get them back on their feet.
Well, you know, some small businesses are totally out of business right now. So part of what SBA's goal is to get them up and running as quickly as possible. And there aren't all that many people that know what SBA does in the disaster relief. We're not first on the ground. We're not first responders, although we are co-located in a lot of the FEMA offices. We come in then to help small business owners and homeowners with loans to get them back on their feet. They're low-interest loans. They're long-term loans. There is no fee. The typical SBA fee is waived for these loans. And this is a time when SBA is making the loans itself, not guaranteeing loans. And it's the only time that SBA ever loans for home mortgages. So we want to get people back in their homes. We want to get businesses back up and running. We want to get communities thriving and being vibrant again, because that's how our economy grows, and that's how we stay strong.
We saw you with President Trump on those visits to different areas, dealing directly there on the ground. Tell us about what you hear from people. You know, anecdotally, you hear from politicians that the response has been swift and pretty organized on a state and federal level. From your perspective on small businesses, what are you hearing?
What I have been hearing from small businesses is they've never had the kind of response so quickly. And we even had a statement out today that was talking about the fact that we've already approved over 3,100 loans. It's a milestone for granting or approving that many loans in this time frame. But I'll tell you, we need extra resources with Harvey and Irma coming back to back, and now Maria seeming to move, along the same trajectory as Irma did. We are reaching out to the private sector for, loss verification experts, for loan processors to come in and help process these loans so we can get people back up and running even faster. So if you would like to contact us and be part of that process, please go online to sba.gov. There's information there about how you can come in and be helpful. We're hiring from SBA folks probably on a 45 to 60-day basis to come in and help. So we'd appreciate the help.
All right. We'll put that on the screen so people, if they want to reach out, can look for the information there. I want to talk broadly about small businesses. 5.83 million employer firms in the United States with fewer than 500 workers accounted for 99.7% of businesses. Firms with less than 20 workers made up 89.4% of businesses. That's from SBA statistics. That's an amazing number if you think about our country and how big an engine that is.
Well, it is, and 2 out of every 3 net jobs are created by small businesses, and half of those who are employed in the country either work for a small business or own a small business. So it's not an understatement at all to say that small businesses are the backbone and the engine of our economy. And President Trump has certainly been a supporter of small businesses when he campaigned. He showed how much he's continuing to be a supporter through his regulatory reform and now pushing through his tax reform. But I think he's also showing how this administration responds very quickly to disaster and gets its people on the ground very quickly to help start putting things back together. Florida, Texas, the Virgin Islands, and SBA has 68 district offices around the country, one in every state, but also in our territory. So we're there to help on the ground as well.
All right, very quickly, I just want to point to this New York Federal Reserve survey. 60% of small businesses expect more revenue in 2017 than the last year. 40% anticipate expanding their workforce. There seems to be optimism out there, but there's also questions about whether this tax reform is really going to materialize.
Well, I definitely think it's going to materialize. I think we're going to get it passed this year. That's certainly my hope. I know it's the president's goal to get it passed, and small businesses are optimistic. I think it caused a little bit of pessimism when health care didn't get passed, but that's going to come back around next year, and they believe it will get passed. They've already seen regulations being rolled back. They're appreciative of that. And when small businesses tell me that, if my tax rate gets cut and I have more money, I'm going to invest it in my business. I'm going to hire more people. I'm going to grow, and that's my goal.
SBA Administrator Linda McMahon, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Brett.